Narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths love it when their target remains silent and just tolerates their bullying, disrespect, rudeness, arrogance, manipulation, verbal attacks, and cruelty. They absolutely love it when they find someone who will just accept the abuse as a reality that they have to put up with and do not object or fight back. But they despise the ones who stick up for themselves, take a stand against the abuse, disagree with them, expose them for the abusers they are, and call out their blaring double standards and hypocrisy. They hate the people who refuse to comply with their demands, their orders, their absurd standards and expectations, their threats, and their bullying tactics. Remember, the name of the game for these disordered people is to establish complete control over the people in their lives. And usually they terrorize people with abuse, rage, and threats in order to establish their dominance and control over them. And when that doesn't work, they feel hatred and contempt for that person. How dare they refuse to bow to their authority? How dare they expose them for who and what they truly are? Usually, these strong-willed people who refuse to allow the pathological narcissist to overpower them, they will be the ones who are scapegoated by the narcissist. And believe me when I tell you, the narcissist feels deep levels of contempt and malice for that individual. The depths that narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths go to in order to manufacture an outcome they desire has no bounds. Literally, there is no level these people won't sink to in order to achieve their goals. And one of the things that the covert narcissist specifically will do is intentionally cause chaos, drama, and problems and discord behind the scenes in order to come to the rescue. They love to manufacture situations where they get to play the hero. So these people are known for doing things like spreading rumors about a specific person to everyone and anyone that will listen. Usually this information will be communicated as concern for the person they are lying about, so that the person they are explaining this to doesn't become alarmed that they have malicious intentions. And then the narcissist will come to the rescue of the person they themselves smeared, claiming they only heard these terrible things and wanted to tell them because they are doing them such a great favor. They might even pretend to console the victim, giving them a shoulder to cry on. And little does the victim know, the entire situation was manufactured by the exact person who is consoling them. Like I said, nothing is off limits to these people. There is no level they won't sink to in order to achieve their goals, and they love nothing more than being viewed as a hero, a concerned, loyal, and good friend. When the reality is, they are a soulless, self-serving, pathological liar who created the entire situation. Narcissists are known for and extremely good at doing a Houdini disappearing act. Usually it's completely out of left field. The partner or family members of the narcissist will have no clue why the narcissist disappeared or where they went or how long they'll be gone. Please understand these abrupt abandoning acts are not normal behaviors and certainly aren't healthy for the person who is being subjected to them. Someone who claims they love you one day and then disappears the next is a person who is lacking in conscience and certainly doesn't feel any empathy or compassion for the person they're doing this to. Pulling these abrupt discards is a cowardly move, motivated by selfish and self-serving desires. Remember, although the narcissist portrays themselves as being confident, possibly even arrogant, underneath it all, they are cowards in every sense of the word. Subjecting a target to tactics like these leaves them feeling distraught, completely confused, disrespected, and they might even struggle with feeling worthless because they have no earthly idea what just happened or why. Please hear me when I tell you, don't go looking for this person when and if this happens to you. This person has a sick sense of humor and is consumed by their own needs and desires. This type of deplorable behavior will only continue, and no one deserves to be treated with this type of cruelty. In fact, it's very, very possible that not only does this person not care that you are left confused and devastated, they actually might be getting a great deal of enjoyment from knowing you are suffering. People like this don't change. Remember that. You either have a conscience or you don't. And take it from me, you do not ever want to become involved with someone who has a complete inability to feel guilt, shame, regret, or remorse. Without being able to experience those emotions, it will only get worse. So do yourself a favor, get away and stay away from this person. All they have to offer you is a life full of deceit, disrespect, and heartbreak. Let's talk about getting closure from a narcissist or sociopath. First thing you need to know, it ain't gonna happen. Not now, not ever. Because if a relationship with a narcissist ends, they will always do it in the most abrupt, disrespectful, cruel, and heartless way possible because they enjoy withholding the thing that they know you want the most. The narcissist knows you want closure. They are well aware of what they've done to you, and they know that you are suffering. Therefore, we want to believe that they would like to relieve the suffering with some type of loving explanation or conversation. And those assumptions are dead wrong. They enjoy knowing that you're suffering. They enjoy knowing that you are struggling and traumatized. And I don't care how long you've been in the relationship or how close you two were, they are not going to give you the closure that you want because they enjoy withholding it from you. They know you're suffering and they do not care. So what you need to know and remember is seeing their abusive behavior, seeing their complete disrespect and disregard for you and other people, seeing their explosive rage episodes, their authoritarian demands and orders, their gaslighting, their repulsive arrogance, their double standards and blaring hypocrisy, their gross entitlement, and all of their other pathetic abuse tactics they use to devalue, bully, and control other people. Those things truly are all the closure that you need. Let's talk about cults and the nearly identical nature they have to a narcissistic family. Because although narcissistic families may consist of many narcissists, there will always be a head narcissist. Usually this is the one that is the most toxic, abusive, and delusional, and everyone in the narcissistic family will orbit around the head narcissist, walking on eggshells, trying to keep them happy at all times. So now let's go down a list of warning signs for a cult and compare. Number 1, the leader is always right. Number 2, criticism of the leader or questioning the leader is considered persecution. Number 3, anything the leader does is justified no matter how harmful it may be. Number 4, the leader is the only source of truth. Everyone else is lying. Number 5, followers must be blindly devoted to the leader and never question him or her. Number 6, the members won't recognize they belong to a cult. Now let those 6 things soak in for a moment, because I don't know about you, but I was raised in a narcissistic family, and that sounds identical to how my family operated since I was born. This comparison can be helpful for those who were raised in these families, because we all know how abusive and damaging that cults are, However, many times a victim will fail to see how abusive and destructive their narcissistic family truly is, and how detrimental it is for them to remain meaningfully engaged in these families. They are as destructive, abusive, and delusional as any cult you could read about. There really isn't any difference between the two. Narcissists are deeply unhappy with themselves. However, their disorder tells them that all of their unhappiness is caused by everyone around them. And they use their unhappiness to justify their abusive, dishonest, disloyal, and cruel behavior. Their narcissism is an internal wall they have developed that prevents them from any form of self-reflection, and it cannot be penetrated. So there will never be an acknowledgement from a narcissist that their unhappiness, deep feelings of discomfort, irritation, frustration, and anger are produced in themselves. They will always project that onto other people, which means you, if you are in any kind of a relationship with one. On top of that, they are constantly changing their minds about what they want. Their desires can change drastically from one day to the next. So one day they say the sky is blue, and the next day they say the sky is black. So there's no way to predict what is going to be important to them from one day to the next. But they will always, without any exception, blame, degrade, ridicule, and assign complete responsibility for this issue to the people in their lives that love them the most. Doesn't matter if you had no involvement or no knowledge of the situation. Those details are meaningless to the narcissist. You will be blamed. They themselves will never take any accountability for anything negative, things that go wrong, or even problems that the narcissists created themselves. You will be blamed, and this will never change. They will always blame you or someone or something else for the things, the negative outcomes they are responsible for. These people are eternal cowards and victims.